back to the SML Podcast. Field Journal 007 with Raider Fan 74. This is SML working title. We don't have a title yet. We need your help to come up with something and possibly a vote for an opening thematic music or theme song. So let us know what you think. What's going on, Raider?
Oh, not much. Just happy to be here.
Again, what they don't know is the amount of effort we just put in and had a legendary podcast. And I made an uh-oh and forgot to hit start record. So, but we're going to go ahead and see what happens this second time around. A lot to cover, a lot of topics. We're going to try to keep it brevity, use brevity at the same time, kind of be, deep when necessary. So let's talk about the SML draft. It was a few days ago. Prime won the Super Bowl. Surprise, surprise, it's never happened before. And then we moved on to the offseason. We got to the draft. And there I was. I got in the draft party. Kind of minding my own business. I wasn't saying a whole lot basically throughout. And I made some good draft picks. Feeling pretty good about myself. I've seen some other guys really trying to change their franchise with these excellent draft picks. And all of a sudden, and I may have to throw this video in at some point in time, there's a young man, it's the Bills owner by the name of Conk, and he made a legendary, absolute legendary video that was posted in the social chat, not just one, but other variations of it. And I don't have it right now, but I'll go ahead and just try my best to emulate the magic. And I think it was something like this. First of all, fuck you, Prime. Bang, bang, bang. Niner gang. And it took the league by storm. What do you think about Conk and that video?
Well, I personally thought it was a real surprise to find out that Mark Wahlberg and Donnie Wahlberg had a little brother, and he was in our league.
It was pretty mind-boggling to have a Wahlberg in the SML. That means we're going places right now.
It's exciting. I mean, that's automatic celebrity.
It's a big deal.
And when you really think about his message, it's powerful. Bang, not once, and not twice,
but three times.
3 times.
Bang, bang, bang. Niner gang.
Fuck you, Prime.
And go
Ravens.
Ravens.
That's powerful.
Hey,
so, yeah.
one, before we move on past the video part of it, what do you think he meant by the tiny dick comment? Is he talking about Tiny Titan, or who was he talking about being Tiny Dick? Did you hear that one?
I'm thinking he meant Tiny Titan, but he might have intimate knowledge of somebody that I don't know much about.
Yeah, like Prime. He's saying Prime as a small schlong.
That could have been it. Maybe he knows something about Prime that we hadn't been informed about.
Well, that's interesting. So let me ask you about this. Do you think that this show needs a third dynamic? And if so, who?
I would definitely think that we need to get Bang 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 as our third member. I don't know what his schedule is like. I wouldn't want our frequency of making podcasts to be diminished because of not being on a schedule with the third member.
Right.
But if his schedule worked out as openly as ours does, he would be the draw we need.
I think it'd be interesting. And then you'd almost have a title then. It could be SML Bang Bang Gang.
Bang.
Bang Bang Nation. Or Banging Around the SML with...
I like Bang Bang Bang.
Bang Bang Bang. All right, let's move on. We got to talk about a lot of different things here. We're going to talk about Week 2 matchups, some rookie shoutouts, some owner spotlight, some of the pending rules, and some of what's going on in the divisions. If we immediately talk about Week 2 and we talk about what I'm guessing is a CPU game, you got Ravens over the Bengals, 31-3 with Meats. I don't really see a whole lot of runs here out of Lamar Jackson. You got 2 runs for 19 yards. He was 13-17, 228, 4 touchdowns. And something else happened in that SML draft party, and I'm not going to say who was doing it. But basically, we just want to shout out to Meats. We really appreciate all the graphic design he does and the way that he's just able to really just propel the league to better itself thanks to all of his efforts. And it sounds something like this. Hey guys, if you have time, please be sure to check out my graphics on Twitter. Golly gee, it would just mean a lot. I'm a huge Justin Bieber fan. Is it too late now to say sorry? Oh, I'm touching all my body. Whoa. Yeah, so I guess Meats gets drunk, sings Justin Bieber, touches himself, and we'll never really know. But Good job, Meats, there to beat the CPU week 2. Go ahead, pick up a matchup out of week 2 that you want to talk about, or if you want to talk a little bit about this one, you're more than welcome to.
I was interested in the fact that the Jaguars barely beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
Do I need to call it in?
The Redskins. The Jaguars beat the Redskins 28-25. Very good. It was Dumpahannis versus WTF. So Jags has his new quarterback, rookie quarterback Stocker, 16-19, 342, 2 touchdowns, no picks. His running game, we may have to look at this a little bit. The Jaguars did not have a running game either. I didn't have a running game in week 3 against them. The Jags did not have a running game either against WTF. So if you want to beat WTF, don't waste your time throwing or running the football. But he also picked off WTF 3 times. It was 14-23, $179, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. And if we kind of segue that into my week 3 performance, how would you describe my game against WTF?
I would say you got slaughtered.
I think that'd be an accurate statement.
It was like the Broncos playing the Texans.
Yeah. So I guess we talk about the WTF and we can go back to the Broncos. But week 3, I played WTF after Jacksonville did. I also did not have a running game. His passing game was 10-10, 221, 2 touchdowns, no picks. His running game was 16 carries, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns. My passing game was 15-31, 296, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. My running game was not there outside of a few scrambles by Watson. It was kind of funny that, he messaged me afterwards saying, hey, my running game is basically built to feast on man blitz. So that's, kind of what he credited his success to. But really, I tried everything. I did man blitz. I did 3-4, 4-4, cover 4 with hard flats, cover 3. I did linebacker shifts. I pinched the defensive line. I played 5-2. I did a lot of things. And if Geis was in the game, I did not stop Geis. The only running backs I did slow down was his shittier running backs that didn't have the abilities or whatever. So, I mean, once again, it kind of comes down to, are these X Factor abilities kind of taking the fun out of the game? And I would kind of say so, because it takes a lot of skill out of it, in my opinion, but I won't harp on that too much. And you mentioned that that Broncos game. It's kind of crazy how you go from beating an opponent 27-0 and then getting your ass beat the next week. But the Broncos game, I was able to shut down the run. I really wanted to focus on that. Lindsey had, I think, 15 carries for 6 yards. And then Watson, 9-12, 252 touchdowns. Johnson, 11 carries, 91 yards and a touchdown. And then Hoppy had 2 catches for $116 and a touchdown. So it was a good game. He said that he was out in the boonies somewhere, took his kids on a trip. They went out to a cabin in the woods, real rapey vibe. It was almost like a Chris Hemsworth movie. Everything was kind of scary. Like, they were riding in the car. The music started playing. Blah, blah, blah. Things started getting dark and shit. Dad, where are we? Well, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. And they just kind of slowly went back in this cabin. Some fat old lady with long nails was kind of sitting there waving at him real creepy when they went in there. And then he plugged in his PS4 to the internet. And it turned out to be dial-up. So he said he experienced a ton of lag. So, I mean, just based on some of the things that happened, I would say it was kind of lag. I think not being able to run it. I was kind of nervous to play him because I never played him, never seen any of his streams, anything like that. And I was just kind of glad to get the win there. So, you got anything else you want to talk about in week 2? Some other matchups out there?
Let me look real quick. Let's see. Kansas City beat the crap out of Los Angeles Chargers. Seahawks killed me. Ravens beat the computer. Had to do it football style instead of the sim cheesy he normally uses against real people. Grabs is trying to make a statement, bounce back against Titans.
Yeah, destroyed them.
The Bang 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 beat the Dolphins.
Nana gang.
Atlanta almost took out up-and-coming superstar Pittsburgh.
The close game ended kind of. I caught like the last 30 seconds of it. Really good game there between NYT and the Steelers.
ZZ still struggling. Wood beat him. PJ had a really impressive win over a
quality
an owner that
SML
I
legend.
have a lot of respect for and has struggled
Yeah.
with all your killing.
Yeah, so like if you look at that game, 28-7 Lions over the Packers. So you can look at a couple things. One, PJ is a fantastic owner. I played him. I think it was last season. We had like 10 disconnects. He just kept on trying. We both tried. We played all the way through in a play now. It was just one of those games Madden would not allow us to play. Great owner. He's pretty active in chat in my opinion. He's like I said, easy schedule with. We played 10 times for one game. I like the fact that he's one of the worst teams in the league, but he still has a pretty good record. You know, when you play him, he's a great defensive player. Just kind of one of those guys that, like, damn, I'm glad this guy's not in my division. But he got it done against Lawyer Killer, 2 of 6, 20 yards with Rodgers. The other quarterback didn't do dick. His running backs didn't do dick. Lawyer Killer's been up and down this cycle. He kind of starts off, it seems, kind of slow, and then somehow he gets the train moving and winds up making the playoffs or pretty close to it. And then me, it's kind of like the opposite, where I kind of start off hot a lot of times. I think I was like 5-1 one season and then missed the playoffs. I don't think I made the playoffs yet. So I still have faith in Lawyer Killer. I think he's off to a slow start. I think he will get it going. I think you and I would agree that the biggest problem for Lawyer Killer is the fact that he's not the Falcons.
Yeah. NYT will probably have his own special room in hell. And
yeah.
I think he went in knowing that. So he's cool with that. He's already decided on things he's going to say cleverly to the devil when he comes in to torture him on an hourly interval. But that's just NYT, and he's not going to back down from nobody.
No.
He's always been a secret Falcons fan. He feigns to like the Titans, but he likes the Braves and the Falcons a lot more than the Titans or the Yankees.
And that's why him and the devil get along so well. NYT's going to lay there, kind of like on his side in his bed, his arm propping up his head. And he's just going to like seduce Satan. He's not going to get tortured. He's going to sleep with the devil. But you got anything you want to add about PJ?
In my opinion, PJ is a very good owner. He doesn't say a lot in chat. Like he has the meme here, the GIF here, and the comment there. But regardless of how little he says or contributes, he's always watching. I will see a comment that I think is funny. I'll hit on who liked it, and he's one of the guys. And he's always reading chat. He might be a man of few words, but he's very involved. And I think he doesn't get a lot of attention because he hasn't really won a big game yet. And I think that's coming. He's a good owner. He got the Lions, which, as you said earlier, they're a shitty pick.
Yeah.
So when he moves up in the draft lottery, he's going to get a quality team, and he's going to make some smart moves early, and he's going to shock some people who overlooked him because he didn't make a big splash with the Lions against teams like the Bears, who it don't matter how crappy the owner is, they're going to win games. I mean, case in point this season, the Bears are just programmed to win.
Right.
So that's what I got on that.
Yeah, I think you're right. If he would get that either a playoff berth or a playoff win or maybe a deep run, he'll start to get that recognition. He's just not going to get it this cycle, I don't think. The Lions are a shit show team. There's not a whole lot there. He's tried to manage them the best he can, but it's just hard when you're a bad team to get anywhere in this Madden because your rookies are almost impossible to develop, especially like if your weak point is offensive line or any of those positions. It's just hard to quickly turn around a team. Like you basically have to play for 10 or 15 seasons with the salary cap off, giving yourself like top picks, editing the rookies, and really just going out of your way to turn that shitty team around. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it within the confines of this league. But like I said, fantastic owner. And if, as Prime would say, if this was his show, we're gonna shift gears now, and we're gonna talk about the proposed rule changes in the SML. I think one's already done, but the other one that they're talking about is the Blitz Rule. Go ahead and give me your opinion on that.
Say what you just said again. I was reading something. The last part, the opinion on what?
Blitz Rule.
Oh, the Blitz Rule.
Yeah, the Blitz Rule.
I'm reading the group me, and Prime said something that I'm not sure I Not sure I quite understand what he meant, but I'm sure it made sense in his mind. So the Blitz Rule, I don't like it because I think rather than try to take away the improv and unpredictability and adjusting to game plans that being able to blitz whatever you freaking want brings to the table, I would rather the really good owners like Prime. I don't know if he'd say good as much as he just has a good team, and then good owners like NYT, Woods, Grams, guys that really get football. They should go in and private message these guys that are struggling against the blitz, and show them tips on how to detect the blitz, pre-game and pre-snap, spot the blitz, and how to blitz beat. You know, how to know where the blitz is coming from. Like a lot of times I'll blitz a guy and the guy throws it right to the receiver who went where the blitzer came from.
Yeah.
I can't get mad about that. That is great football. And when I get beat by a play like that, all I think is, hell yeah. The only time I get mad about a play is like an interception where my guy is there and the defender gets the ball anyway.
Right.
Or when I'm thrown at one spot, the ball goes somewhere else. But when a user reads my mind and picks the ball off, I'm not mad. He played me like a fiddle. And when somebody beats my blitz, I'm the same way. I'm impressed and happy for the guy. So we need owners that coach other owners into being more like this. We don't need more rules stifling what good owners can do. We need more rules that help make bad owners good owners.
I think it's a good idea in principle. I don't think that, that's changing someone's thought process, their entire mentality. And some guys are simply just not going to help out another owner. Like, they're not going to want to help the competition.
Well, I got to cut you off there, Field.
Yeah.
Prime is doing an awesome podcast. I watched the first one where he broke down my footage. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel it was. I mean, it helped me, but at the same time, there were certain things that I was like, I was trying to do what Prime's telling me to do. Mm-hmm. But maybe instead of him doing a breakdown that breaks down what a player's doing wrong and what he should do right, maybe just break down how to do certain things. Like a Prime broke down a video of how to beat a blitz using footage of people doing it right and footage of people doing it wrong. That might help people, and it would contribute to the league. It would add value to the league.
No, you're right. Like I said, I just don't see anyone. I don't see the majority of owners doing that. Prime will do it just because he's got his set of plays that he uses every game, his bread and butter. He's just good at it. He's gonna be better than most people at it, and his user skills as linebackers, he's gonna win more times than not. He's gonna win the game, just because he's that good.
You know what the answer to your potential problem is?
What's that?
Yeah, you give team selection points to people who make helpful videos to tutor the weaker players.
Well, you're right. They try to do that. You try to incentivize guys to be more proactive in the league, to hop on podcasts like this, to use Twitter more often. It's just that I think a lot of guys, and some guys I think it has drawn them into the league. Just a lot of guys either don't have the time, don't want to take the time, just aren't interested in contributing in that facet just yet. We're still growing the brand. It's one of those things that it just doesn't take off that quickly. But what I'm getting at is I don't think guys are going to take to it that quick. I think there should be a rule that says you can't call a blitz 100% of the time. That you need to have some type of man-zone mix-up, that you need to have some type of everything needs to be either 70-30 or whatever type of rule you want to put in there, or 60-40, where you have to have some type of mix-up between blitz, non-blitz, zone, man, whatever. Just because some guys, they come out at even the Super Bowl I watched. I'm sitting there helping commentate the Super Bowl. I'm calling it out. Gov's coming out, man blitz. It was either 3-3-5. I forgot the other formation that he was coming out in, but just about every single time he was on first down, he was coming out with a man blitz. So I think a lot of that would just be that in some ways it's to help players. If you don't blitz every time, mix up your play calling a little bit. Catch a guy off guard.
I don't like it. If you can't beat a blitz, you don't need to win the game.
I could beat a blitz. I'm just saying there's the way that Madden is today, especially with the pass rushes, the state of the game that we're in right now, and really, maybe teams don't blitz every time because in the NFL they've got the blitz beaters, they've got the hots, they got all that in, like you're saying, they got blitz.
And they got human beings getting tired, and they got guys that notice, oh, it's the blitz again, and they yell to the quarterback, he's coming in again.
Yeah.
I can't beat him, and they do a screen.
There's just certain facets of the game that you're not going to be able to emulate in a video game that within the rules, and like you said, maybe you just further constrict the game by doing so. I'm kind of on the fence with it. It's just you try to make the best product that you can for
Phil, the Chiefs fell to 9. Haas picked the Chiefs at 9.
Yeah.
If the ability to jump Haas was there in the draft, but you get a few more points by making some good tutorial videos. It's good for the league. It rewards the league. It makes more solid, better owners. It gives more contributions, more and now if nobody does it, then great. The guys that do it, I'm sure there are guys that would kill to have the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So everybody's going to try harder because they want that pick. I joined the primer because I wanted those the extra point.
Right.
I would make a tutorial video. I would make a what the fuck not to do video.
Yeah, I agree. You got to get some type of contribution out there. It's difficult to convince people to do it. I don't know. There's not a perfect.
I think
solution.
it would. I think some people. I think some like Wattpad. He is a great content developer.
Yeah.
He just hasn't had any motivation. His team ain't been solid. The game has been kind of weak. He's been using his free time to do other things.
Right.
But if he had a reason to, if his content for Madden 20 contributed to what he could gain in Madden 21, I think he would be seriously more involved in it, and he would grow our league. He would make our players better.
Yeah.
People won't be blitzing three times in one series if they know it could go over the top on them.
Right.
It'll make us better. It'll grow us in the league.
What do you think about the rule that was put in place, the third down rule? Basically, it's you can't call a play action pass on third down.
That's dumb. That is dumb. One of the biggest go-tos that Prime uses in a game, he likes to do inside zones on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. He loves it. He gets them. He picks it up. So if he does that 3 times, a play action is going to slice the defense alive.
Oh, yeah.
And we've rendered that inoperable.
Yeah, I don't like because that totally constricts some of your play calls. And are you? I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it either. I guess I see the argument where it supposedly causes certain animations, but this Madden sucks. I mean, there's crappy animations throughout the whole game. Why take away a lot of good play calls just because what the game's doing?
Right.
May or may not be doing. So I don't know. Well, I guess we can beat the dead horse there.
15, yeah. 3rd and 15, probably you don't call play action.
Right.
3rd and 6,
yeah.
Your play action should be very much in play.
Yeah. What do you think about what's going on with the AFC West versus AFC South this year?
Oh, it looks rough. I mean, for the first time ever, the Chiefs are 1-2 in this cycle. The Chargers beat the living crap out of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Well, the Raiders are coded to lose. I mean, if the Raiders get a first down against you, it basically means you're the worst team in the league because the computer made that happen for you rather than you earning it.
Right.
So for the Raiders for the Chargers to beat the Raiders so handily and then be beaten so handily by the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs what was I saying? Who did the Chiefs lose to recently?
They lost week 3. They lost to the Seahawks 23-16.
Who also beat the crap out of
Yeah.
But then the Broncos, the Raiders lost, the Chiefs are 1-2, and you just beat the living crap out of the Broncos. It just looks like the AFC West is struggling really early out the gate.
Yeah, their records are not very good. Broncos, as it stands, 1-1. Raiders 0-2. Chiefs 1-2. And what team am I forgetting out of the West right now?
Chargers are 1-2.
Chargers 1-2. So that's gonna be a tight race. Like if the Raiders can get their shit together, the Raiders even have a chance to get back in this AFC West race. The AFC South.
Personnel-wise, the Raiders are the best team in the league, probably.
Probably.
But coding-wise, they're going to get beat because of the Raiders.
Madden. But you got the Colts 2-0. You got the Texans 2-1, the Jags 1-1, and the Titans 0-2, I think. So, like you said, it's definitely different. What sucks is how the playoffs are. Let's say that you get the Broncos or the Chiefs want to be the best team in the West at 8-8. You've got 3 teams in the AFC South, 10 wins and better. I mean, the Chiefs automatically get in because they won their division. It's just kind of, I think maybe it's something the NFL needs to look at is, which they do talk about. I guess talked about on ESPN all the time. Do they need to look at reseeding? Do they need to look at how they're valuing the playoffs? So only time will tell. But like you said, it'll be interesting this season to see if Haas can manage to pull away, if Bluntburner can find his footing with his running back and make a playoff run. Do you get any other closing points that you want to hit on real quick?
Do you know how the original AFC West, NFC West, NFL AFC merger took place? Like how they reseeded the leagues? They drew the names from a hat.
Really?
Yep. They put the AFC teams and the NFL teams all into a hat and drew names, and that was the division.
Wow. That's kind of crazy.
Yep.
And then they did it, wasn't it like the late 90s, early 2000s, where they made the AFC South and they kind of restructured the divisions, wasn't it?
They made some pretty major changes. Like the Seahawks left the West. The Jaguars left the North.
Yeah, they really changed it up. So
the Seahawks actually left divisions. They were the AFC West, and they went to the NFC West, and the Jaguars were in the Colts were in the AFC East,
right?
And they went to the South, and the Jaguars were in the AFC North. The AFC North had 6 teams. They had the Browns, Steelers, Jaguars, Bengals, Ravens, and oh no, not Ravens. Maybe the Ravens. I'm not sure. There were 6 teams in it. Or maybe there were definitely 6.
It's crazy how things have changed. What's also crazy is what the state of Madden 20 is right now in December with all the title updates, and basically, there's probably 2 or 3 more that's going to wreck the game even further. So, basically what I'm saying is button down the hatches, hold on, and do the best you can. Good luck the rest of this season. We'll be back with a weekly update. Maybe we'll get Conk on the next show. So Conk, let us know.
We've got one more thing to touch on before we leave.
Go ahead.
We're going to hit on rookie production at this point.
Go ahead. You had the floor.
All right. So, for passing quarterbacks, the rookies that so far, now I believe the Jaguars have only played 2 games so far.
Yeah.
But Seth Stalker is the number 1 rookie quarterback at this point.
I can see
and
that.
then Reed Neal from the Saints. If you want to know where Seth was drafted and where Reed was drafted, you can go in there and look at their damn profile if you want. But those are the best 2 quarterbacks in this draft so far. Donovan Jones, the Lions, 234 yards on 41 carries, 5 touchdowns already in week 3. Not bad.
Not bad.
And following him is Joey Witherspoon of the Seahawks. I believe he's only played 2 games so far. I could be wrong. 29 carries, 203 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not Lions guys' numbers, but still.
Right. Not bad for a rookie.
And then we move to receivers. And the best rookie receiver right now is Clinton McClain, 49ers receiver. 13 catches for 205 yards and a touchdown. He's just dominating the entire league in rookie receivers. Nobody else comes close to him. And blocking, I doubt we'll see much, but let me look. I'm not seeing a rookie's name pop. Oh, well, Christian Butler has allowed 1 sack, and he's only so he sucks.
So defensive leaders, Mike Ross, is that what you got for tackles from Green Bay? With 10?
Rookies? Tackle.
Is that what you got?
Sure, that sounds good. I didn't even look at them. I'm glad you jumped ahead of them.
I'm just going to say this because Houston has 2 rookies in the top 10 because we're starting 2 rookies. DeMarcus Bogan, our linebacker, 5 tackles, and Anthony Edwards with 5 tackles. So that's 3 and 4. Detroit has 8 tackles with their second. Sacks, you got Aaron, what do you call it, Farrell from Detroit has 3 sacks already.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive for a rookie.
He's averaging a sack per game.
Everyone else has 1 for their rookies. Interceptions out of Cleveland.
David Murray, 1 interception.
You got KJ Allison out of Cleveland. Has 2.
Oh, I missed him somehow.
This dude's 61 overall. Wow.
All I see is I haven't seen a Browns guy with 2.
So that's not is Daddy League's lying to me?
Oh no, no. I see 1 interception. No, I don't even. That's not even. Never mind.
Daddy League's may be lying to me. Those stats may not be
accurate. I don't know.
Well, that's disappointing. I mean, it shows me Seth Stocker at the top of the pass yards and everything.
Well, hold on.
Can you go?
I don't see that. I don't see that. Let me go right to the Browns.
Yeah, go to the Browns. Go right to the Browns.
We'll clarify this for sure.
This is not good. Daddy League could be a liar.
Oh, it says Allison. I don't know what I was looking at. I'm crazy. Allison has 2 interceptions.
He's got 2. You got Kansas City has Avery McKinney with 1, and Murray from Nolans has 1. That's it.
I saw Murray.
Pretty subpar. But anyway,
so that's our rookie class. I'm good with. If you're good,
pretty average so far. We're gonna cut it off. We're at 33 minutes. It's Christmas Eve. People got things to do. We appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, comment below if you got a name for the show, a song you want us to play, whatever. Appreciate Raider taking the time. We probably put over an hour in recording and missed a good chunk of it the first time. But be sure to like, subscribe, take care, and have a great day.